We all carry wounds. Some are visible, others hidden deep within. Trauma, especially, leaves an indelible mark on our hearts and minds. It shapes how we see the world, how we interact, and how we love. Often unconsciously, we project our unresolved trauma onto others. This projection is a subconscious defense mechanism. We attribute our pain, fear, or insecurities onto those around us. Imagine a child bitten by a dog. They might grow up fearing all dogs, even friendly ones. This fear isn't always rational. It's a projection of their past trauma onto a present, unrelated situation. In relationships, this projection can manifest in various ways. We might misinterpret a loved one's actions, seeing malice where none exists. Past betrayals might make us suspicious of genuine affection. This projection isn't intentional. We rarely understand we're doing it. Yet, it creates distance and conflict in our closest relationships. Recognizing this tendency is the first step towards healing and building stronger connections. Trauma often leaves us feeling unsafe. We build walls to protect ourselves. While these walls serve a purpose, they also prevent us from connecting deeply with others. When we're consumed by our own pain, it's hard to see the pain of others. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, becomes a challenge. We might find ourselves judging others harshly, unable to offer the compassion they deserve. Imagine someone struggling with work stress. A partner who has experienced job loss might respond with impatience rather than support. Their past trauma blocks their ability to empathize with their partner's current situation. This lack of empathy can lead to misunderstandings and hurt feelings. It creates a cycle of pain and disconnection. Our nervous system is wired for survival. It remembers past threats and triggers protective responses. When we experience trauma, our nervous system goes into overdrive. It becomes hypersensitive, interpreting even neutral situations as dangerous. This heightened state of alertness affects how we perceive the world. Think of it like wearing colored glasses. Everything we see is filtered through that specific hue. Similarly, our past experiences, especially traumatic ones, color our perception of present situations. We might misinterpret facial expressions, tone of voice, or intentions. What we perceive as a personal attack might be completely unintentional. This is not to say our feelings are invalid. Our feelings are real and deserve validation. However, understanding that our perception is influenced by our past can help us respond with more awareness and less reactivity. Section 4. Drowning in our own seas. Prioritizing personal pain. When we're overwhelmed by our own pain, it's difficult to make space for the pain of others. It's like trying to save someone from drowning when we're struggling to stay afloat ourselves. This doesn't make us selfish or bad people. It's a natural human response to prioritize our own survival. However, this self-preservation mode can prevent us from being fully present for our loved ones. Imagine a friend going through a difficult breakup. If we're consumed by our own relationship issues, we might struggle to offer them the support they need. Our own emotional turmoil might make us impatient or withdrawn. Section 5. Shallow waters. Connections lacking mutual understanding. Relationships thrive on mutual understanding. When we project our trauma onto others, we prevent genuine connection. We're relating to a distorted version of them, a version shaped by our own past wounds. This creates superficial connections. We might go through the motions of a relationship without ever truly seeing or understanding each other. It's like dancing with someone while wearing blindfolds. We might move in sync, but there's no real connection, no genuine intimacy. To cultivate deep, meaningful relationships, we need to remove these blindfolds. We need to see ourselves and others clearly, without the distortion of past pain. Section 6. Building bridges. Cultivating awareness and mindful responses. Healing from trauma is a journey, not a destination. It's an ongoing process of acknowledging our wounds, understanding their impact, and learning to respond with more awareness and compassion. The first step is awareness. We need to recognize when we're projecting our trauma onto others. This requires self-reflection, honesty, and a willingness to be vulnerable with ourselves. Once we're aware of our patterns, we can start to interrupt them. Instead of reacting automatically, we can pause, breathe, and choose a more mindful response. This might involve communicating our needs clearly and respectfully. It might mean setting boundaries to protect our emotional well-being. It might require seeking professional help to process our trauma and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Remember, healing is not a solo endeavor. It's a journey best traveled with support, both professional and personal. By understanding our own wounds and learning to respond with compassion, we can create deeper, more fulfilling connections with ourselves and those around us.